And thus is Thursdays.
Dude, it's Thursday.
Yeah.
Thursday, dude. Oh man. I can tell you if.
Okay, so we are live, guys.
Oh, we're live now. Awesome.
Yeah, they can hear us. Excellent.
Rad.
Yay, we fixed it. You guys fixed it.
So I don't
Here's
know.
the short version. You guys, we're casting Noxus vs. Ionia faction match. It's going to be awesome. Myra Merciless is here from YouTube. She's awesome. She's a musician. She does music about League of Legends. If you haven't watched her stuff, you should go watch it now. And then
she also does,
but only for like the next 3 minutes because we're going to do a match.
Oh, also she also does some pretty good acoustic covers of A Day to Remember, Memphis May Fire, bands like that, which happen to be some of my favorite bands.
Well, there you go.
So there's that. If you have double monitors, Aladdin, you should do both. And if you don't have double monitors, it's 2013. Get with it. Unlike Kyle here, who just runs on a laptop.
Okay, hold on. First of all, there's nothing wrong with running on a laptop. And Aladdin, if you run on a laptop, then tell Mikey to STFU. Because that's what I do when he gives me crap for not having 2 monitors. Second of all, this is going to be way more fun than studying biology. Stay in school, but watch League of Legends.
Right.
That's my advice.
And you can kind of just sleep under the book. It'll work. Osmosis your knowledge. It's fine.
Just put your face on it.
And first pick, we do have Varus for Ionia. Swain's getting hovered over here. We're getting super excited for no reason, and I'm done. So
Swain? Oh
nope,
no, we have Varus for Ionia. They just locked in an Ahri as well. Purple team has Draven and Morgana, who is apparently Noxian according to the faction rules.
If you remember correctly, Kyle, back when Lucidity boots were picked up from Riot Games due to the Ionia versus Noxus match a couple of years ago, Morgana was allowed to fight for Noxus because she's associated with them, I guess.
Well, okay, this is one of those things that I do. I spend a lot of time reading the lore of League of Legends because that's an important ingredient for League songwriting, in my opinion. So I've spent a lot of time with that. There's no mention of Morgana and Noxus really anywhere in her lore. She's not technically part of Noxus. She just happens to be bad. I don't mean bad like a character, but bad like she's. If she was from Dungeons and Dragons, she'd be aligned evil.
Gotcha.
Right. The thing is, I at the time of the Noxus Ionia match, she was on Noxus's team because Noxus didn't have very many champions at the time. So, I think that's what was going down there.
Well, anyway, we're gonna hype this match up. This is the rematch from 2 years ago, everybody.
Right. I think it's interesting that Ionia banned Udyr, who I guess now technically is part of Freljord.
He's still Ionian in my heart.
Right. He'll always be Ionian to me, because honestly, it doesn't make any sense whatsoever that he would be in the Freljord. You know, what with his not wearing a shirt and all that.
Yeah.
It'd be totally frozen in the Freljord.
Well, he's a man bear. He doesn't need a shirt. He's.
So you know what I love the most about faction matches, Mikey?
What's that?
Well, look at these team comps real quick, and then tell me.
They make no sense.
Yeah, these comps are literally like you just get what you can get, and you pray a little bit is what happens. So we're gonna have Draven Morgana bot lane, and then we're gonna have Vlad probably Vlad top, Cass mid, and Mundo jungle. I would imagine.
I mean that makes the most sense. Yeah.
Yeah. Then we'll have Soraka Varus bot lane, probably Ahri mid, Kennen top, and Lee Sin jungle. So not totally bonkers team comps, but definitely not something you'd pick in a ranked game.
Yeah, I mean, actually, surprisingly, both teams kind of synergize really. The Noxus team synergizes really well with Vlad, Cass, and Morgana alts.
Right.
Ionia does synergize fairly well with Varus and Kennen ult. So, I mean, the team comps actually make sense. Apparently, these guys have been thinking this out, giving us a really great game. I'm hoping. Hopefully, it's not
the funny thing about factions rules are you can't ban champions that you can't ban opposite faction champions. So yeah. Ionia couldn't ban any Noxian champions. Noxus couldn't ban any Ionian champions. So the best you can get is counter picks.
And if you guys
Based on
look to our sweet loading screen that we have come up with,
how sweet is our sweet loading screen?
well,
Oh, yeah, those are awesome. Those are
Yeah.
really sweet. I'm into those a lot.
So the story behind that is we kind of were watching the All-Stars game, and we saw those giant monitors that they have behind each player that show the champion that they're playing, just like that. So we were like, well, let's copy that. And that's kind of how that happened. But so we're going to have Myra's going to be with us the whole time. She might decide to cast for fun. If not,
Oh God.
oh
Myra's
god,
awesome. If you have double monitors, rather than doing biology homework and watch this, you should watch this and watch her YouTube videos. That's what you should do if you have 2 monitors.
If you really want to, I mean.
Actually, while we're waiting on the load screen, to make this intense, if my cameraman would please play Ionia and Endgame, even though
oh jeez, at the same time, play them at the same time.
At the same time, if you would cut them
that
in and
would
out.
sound horrible. Don't do that.
Cut them.
That would be a nasty mashup of noise.
Yeah, that would be pretty bad.
Yep.
Those beats don't go together at all.
Yeah. I don't even want to think about what that would sound like. You know what's awkward when you're trying to open Google Chrome and instead you open Firefox, and then you close Firefox and try to open Google Chrome again, but you open Internet Explorer.
Did you just do that? Why do you have all 3
Oh
of those
my
on your
gosh.
computer?
I shouldn't have all 3 of them on my computer, but I just never really removed them, and so they were available, and it was just, there's no real excuse. It was awkward. You should, the lesson of the day is only have one browser. That's the lesson. Oh man.
Oh, so no, you're still on champion select.
We got.
I don't get to actually spectate this game yet.
5 seconds till the game starts. I said 20, but I meant 5.
It's about to go down.
And we have people. Actually, now that you guys are half singing for these games, Kyle, you're gonna sing Shoutcast.
Am I gonna sing cast today?
One of these games. It doesn't have to be this game.
Gonna sing
do it.
cast.
That'd be the best.
Oh, don't say do it, because you're doing it too. So
Oh wait, what?
yeah, better pull out the
Oh.
guitar and start making chords. Go.
Oh damn.
It's gonna be awesome.
So please bear in mind that we are taking the faction matches with a grain of salt, guys. Not to sound rude. We're going to try to have as much fun with this as possible during the shoutcasting,
Try to have fun today.
like Kyle's doing right now.
Having fun today.
And our cameraman's being lazy and going to put this on directed camera.
Oh
So
come on. Directed camera.
bear
Directed
with us, guys.
camera? Dude, I won't forgive you if you put this on directed camera. Okay. He'll actually.
I mean,
do
he's
it. He'll actually
eating right
do it.
now, but I think he's got time because Firefox Ahri's sitting at 2%.
That's because she's using Firefox instead of Google Chrome.
Touche, sir. I
Oh,
don't think that has anything to do with her loading into League of Legends, but we'll...
No,
solid.
it does. Shh,
Solid.
quiet you.
We can pretend it works.
Yes.
So the Bronadian, that's probably I'm giving style points to this Varus before the game even starts.
Can somebody tell me what a nib is?
Um,
Lee Sid's name is Pro Nibs. And I'd like to know the difference between a pro nib and an amateur nib. But in order to do that, I need to know exactly what a nib is in the first place. Is that short for nibble? Is that an abbrev?
Maybe.
I don't know.
So like does that mean he's pro at taking rather small bites of food?
Maybe. That could be
That
it.
could be a thing.
Lisa, if you're watching the stream, please let us know what your name is in the chat. I'm very curious.
What's the biggest bite of food any of you have ever taken? Go.
I've a full slice of pizza? Question
In
mark?
one bite? In
Yeah.
one bite.
One bite.
I don't believe you.
Well, when I'm in Seattle, I will show you. I will
What
do it
about
at
you,
PAX, and you can put it on put it on TV.
Biggest bite of food you've ever taken?
Me?
Yeah.
I think it was like a really, really big sushi roll. That's about it, though.
Just like an entire onigiri at once.
Yeah.
That's pretty miraculous.
I mean, Kyle, you've seen the size of me. Like,
I have seen the size of you. Mikey is shaped. Mikey is shaped like a like a block. I was gonna try for a more elaborate simile, but that's all that came out. Like, imagine, if you will, a wall made out of brick, and then take a ruler and cut like an eighth of that wall out in a slightly rectangular shape, and that's what Mikey looks like.
yep, pretty much just a brick wall. We are underway. Basic item starts coming out from both sides here. Ionia is opting to take two people have wards on Ionia as well as Noxus. Let's see if they do some early jungle wards to slow down the Mundo ganks. I feel like Mundo's ganks early. If he lands that first cleaver, they're just as potent as Lee Sin ganks. So
Yeah.
I'm hoping to see some early jungle wreckage.
Yeah, neither of these teams really have a jungler that's going to be able to do more than just slow. I mean, they both do some damage as well, but there's no hard CC coming out of the jungle today, so we're not going to see any crazy nuts things happening probably. What I think is interesting is that we have both teams are running double AP.
Oh, they are. Wow. So I'm
because Sona's not Ionian or Noxian. She's Damascus.
If you hear
Dude,
Kyle
pay
talking,
attention.
if you hear Kyle talking to himself, he's actually talking to our cameraman. I don't think he's got the.
Oh, you guys can't
The
hear
gist-
Tyler. Tyler's asking dumb lore questions.
Yeah, there's that. He's done talking.
Also, Corporate Mundo looks ridiculous. The model for it looks ridiculous.
I'm either cosplaying as Mundo for PAX, Kyle, or
Like, you can't
or
cosplay
Mantheon.
as yourself.
or Mantheon. So be prepared for that.
They need to make a skin for Pantheon that's just called Mantheon, and it needs to be like
It's
him
the
and
ruthless
Venice-
one.
No, it just
It's
needs
him
to be
and
Venice
Manthon.
Beach Pantheon.
Pool party. The
Alright,
beach
so-
is that way.
How often is it? This hasn't happened since season 2. Both junglers start red.
I mean, it happens. It happens more than you think right now.
That both junglers start red?
Not most of the time, not both, but we do see it in ranked games a lot. And Morgana does land the bind onto Soraka. They're not going to do nothing. Draven's kind of terrifying.
Draven is terrifying.
I mean, he can stop a lot. Morgana support can actually stop a lot of Varus' magic damage if she times the shield right. So we do have that. A couple early wards going up for the mid lane. Ahri and Vlad is warding early because he's afraid of Lee Sin. That's what we're going to go with.
He should be afraid of Lee Sin.
Even though he did just hit 2, so he should have pool, hopefully. Yeah, he just picked up pool, so...
Yeah, and he sees Lee Sin. He's not going to get caught out by that.
Yeah, he's actually going to sit there and... He's doing the right thing there. He does have flash. I had to make sure he had flash. And Lee Sin does miss the kick, so... Wasting a lot of Lee Sin's time up in the top lane.
You know what? Interesting. It's interesting when Lee Sin comes to gank. When you're Lee Sin level 2, you know, traditionally Lee Sin starts red, ganks top almost immediately. It's a lot trickier if you're blue side than it is if you're purple side. Most Lee Sin players prefer purple side for that reason.
Ooh, Kennen taking a lot of damage there for free.
Yeah, that tower shot, man.
Tower shot
Towers-
with Vlad Q.
Yeah, something about towers doing a lot of damage. I'm not really sure about what that's all about necessarily.
We do see Soraka taking some damage, which does have that heal, so...
I'm interested in this mid lane, Cassiopeia and Ahri just kind of going back and forth. I like that Cassiopeia skin. It's got extra snakes.
It's got extra snakes.
It's got like 3 times the amount of snake that normal Cassiopeia skins offer.
That's too much snake, I think.
That's a lot of snake. But her little auto attacks and things look kind of neat. What kind of snake do you suppose that is? Is that a diamondback? Is that a
No,
is that a
because
rattlesnake?
Diamondback is the rattlesnake is... I guess those are the same thing. Maybe.
Yeah,
I
they
don't
are. Diamondback rattlesnake.
I don't know a whole lot about snakes. I apologize.
I did a report on snakes in high school. Not technically on snakes. It was on the Carlsbad Caverns National Park, and I think it's in Arizona. They have a place. They were making a place called Rattlesnake Caverns at the time, so I learned a lot about snakes.
Oh God. No, the Diamondback skin is. I think she has rodeo.
Mundo's coming in with the gank. He's gonna almost hit Varus with the cleaver, but doesn't quite get it. Meanwhile, Draven taking quite a bit of damage from the subsequent Varus attack.
And if my cameraman would tell me how to look at champions.
Here comes Lee Sin.
Stats.
He's running right in on bot lane. He's going to hit the Q on Draven, but he's not going to follow up because Morgana had him rooted. A really good save there by Morgana.
I mean, Draven does have 3% lifesteal with Dorn's Blade, so I mean, if he plays safe, he can get back up to full health and kind of sustain
Dorn's
there.
Blade no longer gives 3% lifesteal. It gives.
He has Quince on, bro.
Oh,
get with it.
But
6%. Sorry, 6%. He has 6% lifesteal.
But the Dorn's Blade still doesn't give percent lifesteal. It just gives health.
No, it gives health. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you use 6% lifesteal plus.
Oh, plus that. I see what you're saying.
Plus the Dorn's Blade.
Well, Draven bot lane's forced to barrier. Varus doing a lot of damage. The flash from Varus as well. Soraka took quite a bit of damage, but Draven was sort of fighting in a strange position. Morgana was out warding, and Draven saw fit to try and engage there.
You saw Varus burn flash. He had none of his abilities were up. None of his abilities were off cooldown to proc blighted quiver. So.
Vlad and Kennen also both really low in the top lane after a little bit of a tussle there.
And so, yeah, Miriam, don't be a stranger. You shoutcast. Just talk about the game. Go.
No, you guys go ahead. You guys are doing a fantastic job right now.
Well, what do you think? What do you think about this game? What would you do? If you were mid lane, what would you do?
I don't play mid. I'm the worst mid laner, so that's probably the worst question to ask me.
Well, what do you play?
Mostly bottom lane. 80
Mostly
carry
bot lane.
preferred, so.
80 carry preferred. You hear that, ladies?
That is
80
my
carry. Miriam doesn't do none of that support honky. No. None of that business.
I play support as well. I just prefer to 80 carry, you know.
Right, right. I mean, I feel like at some point or another, we all play support.
Yeah.
Like,
it's just, you know, you just gotta take it sometimes. Like, well, your last pick. Guess you gotta get that support role.
you gotta
Well, I mean, how do you? Well, since you 80 carry a lot, do you play a lot of Varus or Draven?
Varus more than Draven, but even then, it's not too much. I feel like I should be more now.
Who are your normal carries?
Normal carries would be Ezreal, Graves, Caitlyn, and then Vayne. But
Oh yeah, that's right. I actually had the privilege of playing with you last night, and I have to say your
we got a little bit of a fight going on in the bottom lane. Morgana landed a root onto Soraka. Draven threw a bunch of axes, and Varus poked with his Q. Meanwhile, sorry to interrupt you guys, but Mundo's coming in from the other side. Draven gonna throw a couple more axes, but I don't think we're gonna see anything land, and Mundo's gonna back off.
I actually had the privilege of playing with Myra last night, and those Vayne mechanics, girl.
Vayne mechanics.
Yeah.
Double lip.
Our cameraman was playing with us last night, and he had to get saved by Myra quite a bit. So there was that.
Wish I had double lift skills. He's a bomb.
And Cupcake has actually graced us with our presence. Cupcake is the, I want to say, founder of factions matches.
He's the brain behind factions.
We do have a 4-man party bot lane going on. Draven is going to go down to.
Look at all of that. Draven
Varus,
gonna get
maybe.
chased out.
Yep.
No, yeah, it will be Varus with the first blood down there.
Wow, first blood in 8 minutes. That's something
Yeah.
to do for factions.
That's exciting. I love
think
those games. Make me nervous. Those games always make me nervous when it takes 8 minutes to get first blood. As a jungler, that's like, oh man, you guys, like,
What's going on?
like what is the deal? And we see blue team Ionia is just gonna go straight for that tower. They kill Draven. All 4 of them are down there, and they want that tower real bad.
Yeah, and I would expect Pro Nibs. He's 6. He still has ult, and instead of recalling, I would have went straight for Dragon. You had 4 people bot lane.
Definitely think Dragon should have been done. Maybe even before, probably even.
And
before
they're gonna see Mundo in the top side of the jungle with that ward there. So they should be doing blue buff Dragon right now.
I would just do Dragon, honestly. Honestly, I would have started with Dragon, but that's